In case some of y'all didn't know, Madden fantasy drafts are one of my favorite type of rebuilds to do on the channel, where we start with a team of players from a bunch of different NFL teams, and we have to turn that into an actual good NFL team over the course of 5 or more seasons. But what makes that even harder is if I don't get to pick the players. So for the first time in 7 months, we are gonna be doing a fantasy draft rebuild, but the CPU picks my players. This is something I've done quite a few times on the channel, and it seems like y'all really enjoy it. This is one of my favorite things to do. But by the end of today's video, we are gonna see if we can turn whatever team the CPU gives us into the highest overall team in the league, and we'll see if we can win a Super Bowl in simulation, which is always hard. But I don't wanna waste much more time before we get into this, so super quick, be sure to leave a like if you enjoy. Sounds weird, but it really helps out the channel. And on the last one of these we did, we were super close to 2,000 likes, so I'm gonna up the goal a little bit. If we can get to 2,000 likes on this video, it'll let me know y'all want to see another fantasy draft rebuild. Another CPU picked fantasy draft rebuild, I should say. And as soon as we hit that goal, I'll get it done. And be sure to subscribe if you like Madden rebuilds, because that's all I do on the channel. Literally all I do. Trying to hit 100K soon. We're getting closer and closer. And then actually, let me know down in the comments any fun themes for fantasy drafts y'all can come up with. No shout out for this video, obviously, but if I use your suggestion for a video, I'll give you a shout out at the start of it, as I do most of the time. But without further ado, let's finally get into this. We're gonna have to see where we pick. I don't know how much it's gonna matter when we're not the ones that get to pick, but we pick at 21. I'm sure most of the good players are already off the board. There are some pretty good QBs. I wouldn't mind Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, but I highly doubt that's who we're gonna get. All the running backs are still here, it looks like. There are still some good players, so let's hope the CPU doesn't absolutely screw us. We'll see. But all right, after the fantasy draft, we are an 80 overall. Just out of curiosity, let me see where that ranks. How good or bad was this fantasy draft? Okay, it was one of the worst. Great. Literally tied for the worst with the Jets and a couple other teams. Rough start, but moment of truth. What kind of team are we gonna start with? Let's find out. Okay. Ooh, you know, this actually isn't bad. This is a young team. So at quarterback, we have Shedeur Sanders. Honestly, that might be best case scenario. Getting a rookie QB with some good receivers here. Don't know how good the Patriots playbooks are, but I guess we'll find out. We'll probably have to switch them soon. But we get T. Higgins, Zay Flowers, Jahan Dotson. That's a fine wide receiver 3. We get Colston Loveland with no dev trait. I'll probably give him star and then give some division rivals rookies star dev, because you can't give rookies hidden dev for whatever reason when you're creating them. But this secondary, good lord. Sauce Gardner, Greg Newsome, Antoine Winfield Jr., Kyle Hamilton. Oh my god. The rest of this defense isn't great. This is going to be a miserable pass rush. Nolan Smith is horrible in Madden for some reason, but we're starting with a pretty good secondary here. And young-ish players in Travis Jones and Patrick Queen. They're pretty young still, so they should develop. Also, this might be the first time I've ever seen the CPU almost build a perfect 3-4. The only wrong one is Carson Schwessinger at outside linebacker. I'm lazy, so I'm glad I don't really have to move too many players. We take those. But all right, I'll give some rookies some dev traits. Probably not Shedeur Sanders, maybe. But again, I'll keep it fair. I'll give our rivals some dev traits too. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. Can't wait to be 1-6 at the midseason, or 1-5. Okay, never mind. We're like almost the exact opposite. We are 5-2 at the midseason. We are doing good, surprisingly. I thought these Patriots playbooks were gonna be terrible, but at least through half a year, not yet. Our offense is really good. Our defense is good overall, but our pass D sucks, so that's a little concerning for the future, but for now, we're good at least. Damn, Shedeur Sanders, 18 touchdowns, 5 picks, 74 completion percentage. I'll check the rest of the stats later, but we're doing good so far. Now, year one's usually pretty... It depends. Sometimes for re-signings, year one is rough. Sometimes it's fine. Let's see. Okay. T. Higgins, Zay Flowers, Abe Lucas, Chase Brown, we'll see. He's our RB2, though. Carson Schwessinger. I always struggle with that last name, and I don't know if I say it right still. But not too bad. Mostly offense. Oh, yeah. Also, I decided to take superstar dev away from Breece Hall and give it to T. Higgins, because I feel like that's a little more realistic. I always kind of do that with the dev traits that I think are not super fair. But I'll go 5 years, 117. 113 for T. Higgins. He takes it. Zay Flowers will go 5 years, 111. He takes it. Abe Lucas, we'll see. Sometimes he's great in Madden in simulation. Sometimes he's horrible. He's been great here. And then Schwessinger, sure. I'm mad I have to say that name for the whole rebuild, but whatever. Schwessinger is the G, like, I don't know how you say it. Whatever. Let's get to the end of the year. Let's hope we don't choke. We are coming off a loss to the Jags by 1 point. Our defense allowed a good amount of points there, but we'll see how we end up doing. But okay, good start here. In year 1, we actually go 12-5, and we're up to an 85 overall. That doesn't seem too bad anymore. Now, we are going to be taking on the Chargers in the wild card, who we did just lose to in week 17, it looks like, 31-24. So hopefully we can get revenge on them. But Shedeur Sanders as a rookie, 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, 14 picks. I kind of regret giving him star dev. I decided to because I was like, I normally give him star dev in rebuilds, but now he's probably going to get to a really high overall, but whatever. Y'all should have seen the players our division rivals drafted, though. I had to give so many superstar devs out. Oh, I guess I didn't even start, but the Dolphins got Omarion Hampton and Cam Scadaboo, who didn't even play, and Armand Membu. Whatever. Anyways, Breece Hall, 1,000 yards, 3.9 per carry. He was whatever. T. Higgins, 1,150 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 yards for Dotson. He was our number 2 receiver. 950 for Flowers, 11 touchdowns. Loveland was fine. This was a very split receiving group. I was hoping Flowers would be R2, but whatever. I mean, if Dotson could get star dev, that would be kind of fun. But the blocking was really good. I'm used to seeing college football 26 sack numbers now, so when we have a really bad blocking year, it's going to be jarring, at least for me. But Patrick Queen, 107 tackles of the team, 13 TFLs for Braswell led the team, and sacks, 10 for Armstead, 8 for Nolan Smith. I usually see him get like 2 in a year. This is like the best I've ever seen him do. We'll take that. I thought we were going to need an entirely new front 7 in the next 2 years. But Braswell, 5.5 sacks, 4.5 for Reed, and picks, 5 for Patrick Queen. What a year. 3 for Gardner, 2 for Hamilton, Womack, and Newsome, and then 1 for a couple players. Queen could be up there for Defensive Player of the Year. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes on the Ravens. Cam Ward at 5 as a rookie on the Bucks. So we didn't even get the best rookie QB. At least he's not in our conference, so we should still get Offensive Rookie of the Year. But Offensive Player of the Year goes to a QB as always, Patrick Mahomes. T. Higgins at 8. Defensive Player of the Year doesn't go to Patrick Queen. It goes to TJ Watt on the Chargers. Patrick Queen at 5. Jalen Ramsey back on the Jags. That's interesting. But Offensive Rookie of the Year obviously goes to Shedeur Sanders, one of the few actual rookies up here other than Trey Harris. But Defensive Rookie of the Year, I guess, goes to Ashton Gelati. Technically, it goes to Peyton Wilson because you can't change players away from being rookies for some reason. But the Jags are looking interesting. They got Peyton Wilson, who won Defensive Rookie of the Year. Abdul Carter. That's something. Glad we don't play them in the playoffs here. But all right, speaking of that, I want to see what the Chargers are looking like. I didn't see who their QB was, or at least it didn't. I don't remember. Oh, they have JJ McCarthy. They also have Deshaun Watson, and they kept Easton Stick. All right. They have Derrick Henry, Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt, Penei Sewell. Damn, that's a top 3. Brandon Ayuk. Pretty good O-line, it looks like. They have the 2 T. Smiths at guard, and Jonnu Smith. They have a lot of Smiths. Looks like a pretty top-heavy team, but a pretty good team. But all right, let's simulate this game out against the Chargers, and already in year 1, let's see if we can win a playoff game. We're gonna have some disappointing years, and I guess this is one of them. We lose 35-24. You hate to see it. We had a good start, that's for sure, but we need to see if we can keep this up. So let's get into the offseason, and should we go for a Super Bowl already? I mean, I don't really see why not. But all right, in year 1, we had a Bucks-Chargers Super Bowl. That's an interesting one. Don't know if I've ever seen that before. The Chargers win 28-21. They have a team. I mean, it's a lower overall team than ours, but wait a minute. Mac Wilson won Super Bowl MVP. That's like Malcolm Smith winning Super Bowl MVP. They have TJ Watt, almost Offensive Rookie of the Year, JJ McCarthy, and Mac Wilson wins Super Bowl MVP. But all right, for re-signings, we are definitely going to try to bring Abe Lucas back. He was great. We'll go 4 years. That's not cheap, but 4 years, 88 mil. He doesn't take it. Well, guess what? You're getting tagged, bud. Oh, it's only 10 mil? Oh yeah, we're early on, so contracts are pretty cheap for other teams. Or that was a weird way to say that, but you know what I mean. Players are cheap, so the tags are going to be cheap until players start getting paid more. But other than that, this is just depth. I might re-sign some of these depth players just so I don't have to worry about it later. I think I will, at least the ones that are interested. But all right, let's get into free agency. And I highly doubt there are going to be any good players, but I think what we should really look for is, like I was saying saying earlier, some good front seven players. Ooh, okay, wait, maybe not. Nolan Smith got superstar dev. I guess maybe because he got 10 tackles for loss. That's my best guess. Patrick Queen got superstar. That's not super surprising, but Chris Braswell got star. Did he get 10 TFLs too? 13. Yep, that'll do it. It's weird to me that tackles for loss trigger a dev trait for D linemen, but not 10 sacks. Like, I don't know. Like, Eric Armstead didn't get superstar. Not that it would have mattered too much because he's already older, but wait, he also got 12 TFLs. I don't know, whatever. And of course, Shador Sanders also got superstar. So we're looking pretty good, but we need to keep it up. So in free agency, not great. There is Milton Williams though. Zach Allen. Okay, there are a couple pieces. Not really any edge rushers. It's really terrible in terms of edge rushers, but one of these two would be nice. I think we'll go for Zach Allen because he's a lot cheaper and he's actually interested. Well, I guess not a lot cheaper. The Raiders have a big offer. Does Milton Williams have any big offers? No. Okay, we can get the lead for him, sure. That's way better of a player than I expected to be here. And let's go for, I guess, Jaquan Brisker because we kind of need safety depth. Or not. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe. We're one of the teams with a massive offer, apparently. But all right, we're not doing a whole lot, but a couple defensive players. Let's see if we can get them. Okay, we get Jaquan Brisker, but I don't know if we're going to get Milton Williams. You know what? We might as well, because it's going to be a while before we see another good free agent that would actually, like, really help us. Let's go very player-friendly. It's not going to be cheap, but we'll see. We don't get him. I mean, I tried. He goes to the Broncos. Zach Allen signs with the Raiders. That's tough. I mean, at least we got one player, but that's tough. Also, the Broncos and Raiders, they're going to be broke soon. But all right, in the draft, we pick at number 24. The Texans have the number 1 pick. What did they do in the draft? Or at least what are they looking like right now? They have Aiden Hutchinson, DJ Moore, DJ Reed. Okay, I get it. What did they do in the second round? I'm guessing they took Hutchinson round 1, but what did they do round 2? I don't know. They have Drake May at QB, but yeah, I think I understand. But all right, we're not going to trade up. We're not going to trade down. Well, maybe we'll trade down, but I did see some decent D linemen in this draft. No amazing ones, but some decent ones. There's Jimmy Norwood, a speed rusher, first to second round talent. Amani Hodges, another speed rusher. Some of the pretty good ones are gone. There is Jerron McKinney still available, but I didn't scout him. He doesn't look all that good. Man, we could maybe trade down because Hodges isn't supposed to go until 50. Norwood's supposed to go at 35. What if we trade down to 35 and just take whichever one of the two are still available? Let me see. Do the Panthers have their actual second round pick, or do we have to find who has pick 35? I think it's the Rams, right? No. Who has pick 35? The Bears? Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense. But all right, we'll pick up pick 75 in the third round to move down to 35. And let's go with Amani Hodges. I don't know if he's going to be great, but he's going to be a piece. So we'll take him. Ranked 45. Normal dev, of course. I was hoping because he was a speed rusher, he wouldn't have normal, but sometimes it just be like that. I don't know. Oh, but there's some good looking corners left. Matthew Andrews, Jarek Blakely. I mean, we definitely don't need a corner, but they are good. I think we should maybe go with a defensive tackle. They look pretty good. Oh, I kind of like Kendall Jackson. I'm always so terrible at picking defensive tackles. I don't know why, but how could Kendall Jackson be bad? He is good at everything. He's great against the run. He's a great pass rusher. He's athletic. He has elite speed. He ran a 4.86, and that's only 5th somehow. I mean, we could maybe wait because he's supposed to go in the 3rd to 4th round, but I mean, he looks worth the pick. That's for sure. Only ranked 33? Does at least have hidden, but I thought he would be like a borderline top 10 player. I mean, he was still worth the pick, but defensive tackles are just never as good as they look. I don't know why. But all right, round 3. This is the pick from whatever team we traded up with. I don't remember. The Bears, I think. We should probably take a lineman because a lot of our linemen are old. Let me see. Are there any elite strength guys? Maybe. Kevin Cody looks mid. I'm gonna go with Ken Jupin or whatever. I would bet a decent amount of money that he's gonna be a 75 overall with normal dev. Maybe not. Maybe he's worse than I expected. And he has hidden. Okay, well, I guess I lose money. I don't know. My fault. All right, let me also go with Kevin Cody. Is he good? No. Okay. Apparently, I can't pick linemen anymore. I thought that was the thing I was good at in this game. Whatever. But all right, here's how we did in the draft. It was okay. This definitely wasn't my best draft ever. The CPU actually picked a better overall player than my one right before, James Buckhalter. Oh, and he has hidden. I don't know if he's going to see the field, but he might. Who's our LB2? I don't even remember. But we got some pretty good D-line linemen. Hopefully Hodges doesn't drop too much at outside linebacker. He's a speed rusher, so I don't think he will. Stays a 75. Okay, good. But yeah, that was a fine pick. Jackson was a pretty good pick. I don't want to talk about these two. There were some really good safeties, though. Really good DBs in the class where we need DB the least out of maybe any rebuild I've ever done. That was mostly the good position. That and I guess receiver, and there was a really good defensive tackle that went at 4. Nick Coda, 84 overall. But we did all right. We'll take it. Let's get into year 2. But all right, here's a look at the team heading into year 2. We're up to an 84 overall, 85 offense, 84 defense. We're definitely looking better. Not to call it too early, but this might be the best team the CPU has ever drafted for me. We might have the most players that were on the original team here by the end of this. We'll see though. This defense should be better this year, I would hope. Gonna be starting 3 rookies though, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot we had Cody Barton. Well, I didn't forget we had him, but I thought we had a better number 2 linebacker. I thought I benched him for someone, but I don't think I did. I don't know. Well, I did now, but I mean, last year I thought I benched him for someone. I don't know. I'm losing it a little bit, but defense looking good, offense looking amazing. We should be good this year. We're gonna start both of the rookie guards because they at least have hidden dev, unlike Makari and Brown. So we'll see how this year goes. I don't know if it's gonna be as good as last year, but we should still be good, I would hope. But okay, we are 6-1 at the mid-season. Who is our one loss on the year? It's gonna be some horrible team. I mean, I guess we won't know here because every team's different. It's the Jets. We got smoked by them. How are they looking? I know we gave them some dev traits, but not as many as the Dolphins, I don't think. They have Dexter Lawrence, but that's their only 90 plus. They have Jordan Love, Devontae Smith, Cooper DeJean, Xavier Watts. That's who I get. I was like, who did I give superstar on the Jets? Xavier Watts. I mean, this team's all right. I would guess ours is a better overall, though. Yeah, they're only an 83. We're an 86. Are we the highest overall team? We might be already. The Cowboys are also an 86, but it looks like that's it. We're tied with the Cowboys as the highest overall team. But our stats aren't that good this year, especially for the defense. We have a good amount of points per game on offense, but I'm shocked we're 6-1 with those stats. I guess every game we've been playing is close. Huh. We might fall off in the second half of the year here. Hopefully not, but we might. But all right, who are we going to have to re-sign this year? Oh boy. Kyle Hamilton, Breece Hall, Patrick Queen, Zach Frazier, Travis Jones, Abe Lucas. I guess that's about it. It's not... I'm glad we haven't had every single player in the same year because that happens sometimes in fantasy drafts. Usually year 1 if that does happen. But Kyle Hamilton comes back. I didn't even notice how much we gave him, but I'm sure it was a decent bit. Should we re-sign Breece Hall? Is he better this year? Because I mean, I don't want a running back getting 3.9 yards per carry. 3.5. Okay, I'm glad I didn't extend him. Queen, we'll go 5 years, 60. That's pretty good for how he played last year. And then Zach Frazier, 5 years, 77. He doesn't take it. Travis Jones, 3 years, 40. He also doesn't take it. All right. Abe Lucas, 4 years, 78. He takes it. Okay, good. We're running out of money, though. We better be careful because we still have to re-sign Sauce Gardner and Antoine Winfield Jr., I think, and Shedeur Sanders and Garrett Bowles and a lot of other players. Let's hope we can win a Super Bowl before we run out of money. But all right, let's get to the end of the year, and I hope we don't fall off too bad. Okay, we definitely did not fall off in year 2. We end up going 13-4. Honestly, our stats still weren't that crazy, though. We were, like, good on offense, but average on defense. I don't know that I've ever seen this happen before. Almost always, if our stats aren't great at the midseason, or at least as good as our record, we fall off, but we were one of the best teams in the league here. We still didn't get a first-round bye somehow, but we were good. 3,900 yards for Sanders, 38 touchdowns, 13 picks. He was a monster. Breece Hall, I mean, he got almost 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns, but 3.8 per carry. We're going to let him go. Almost 1,200 yards for Higgins, 18 touchdowns, 1 yard away from 1,000 for Dotson, 800 for Flowers, 600 for Loveland. Blocking was amazing. Lucas was, I guess, our worst lineman, but still he wasn't even bad, at least for Madden standards. But Queen, 126 tackles, TFL's 11 for Armstead and sacks, 7.5 for Nolan Smith, 6 for Armstead. Not too great this year. 5.5 for Hodges, 4 for Jackson, but picks, 5 for Queen again. Gonna be up there for defensive Player of the Year again, but 3 for Gardner, Newsome, 1 for a couple players. But Mahomes wins MVP again on the Ravens. No Sanders, really? It's kind of wild. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Mahomes again. Higgins at 5. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson. Maybe they weren't the worst team in the league this year, but Queen at 4. He's slowly climbing up the list. Damn, Mac Wilson, what's gotten into him here? But Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Desmond Clark for the Titans. Any Patriots at all? No, I guess we didn't really have many. But Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to a Bills player. That sucks. Hodges at 7. Man, I know we were good, but I'm almost thinking about changing our defensive playbook already. I don't know that I should, because again, we've been really good, but our defense really hasn't been that good. I mean, it ended up being good last year, but it wasn't great at the midseason. It wasn't great this year. We'll see. But all right, we're going to be taking on the 9-8 Indianapolis Colts in the wild card. What are they looking like? Have we seen their players yet? They have Jalen Hurts, Jalen Carter, and Jeffrey Simmons. This is a well-rounded team. They don't have anyone too insane, but they have a lot of good players. Damn, I'm surprised they made the playoffs. They had Tony Pollard. He probably got 3.4 yards per carry. Well, he had less than that last year, but 3.8 this year. God, I'm so glad Madden is finally gonna have edge as a position, so we don't get Jalen Carter and Jeffrey Simmons playing 4-3 defensive end. I mean, I guess this team is kind of set up like a 3-4. Maybe they'd switch their defensive playbook somehow, but I doubt it. But anyways, can we beat the Colts in the wild card and get our first playoff win of the rebuild? We definitely deserve to win this game, but will we? We do. We finally get our first playoff win. I mean, I say finally, it's only year 2, but I was worried there. We barely beat them 24-21, and now we're going to be taking on the team that took us out of the playoffs last year, the LA Chargers, at 15-2. Now, they are an 87 overall, so apparently we got caught up to. What are the Cowboys? Are they an 88 now? No, they're still only an 86. So now we're tied with the Chargers as the highest overall team. We just can't break away. But can we beat them here in the divisional? We can't be too mad if we lose. They are the same overall as us in the home team. So let's see what happens. We do lose. At least it was close, 30-27. Man, our defense has really been screwing us. Also, the Falcons are in the conference championship at 8-9. I feel like, okay, am I crazy, or have I been seeing more 8-9 teams go deep in the playoffs in Madden lately? I feel like ever since I've been pointing it out, I've seen more. Maybe it's like one of those bias things where you like learn a new word and then you start hearing it, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just noticing it more now because I pointed it out. I don't know. But we had a Ravens-Lions Super Bowl. It looks like the Ravens win it 24-10. Mahomes Super Bowl MVP. Go figure. But all right, for the rest of our re-signings, we're not going to bring Breece Hall back. We'll try to bring Zach Frazier back. If not, I don't think it would be hard to draft a center. 5 years, 87. He doesn't take it. How much is the tag, though? 8 mil? Sure. Travis Jones. I'll try neutral, but I think we're going to draft even more D linemen this year. I'll go 2 years, 28. He takes it. Okay. And then Jaron Reed is 32. We'll let him go. But all right, let's get into free agency. Let's look for a running back, and maybe we'll look for some pass rushers, too. We'll see. We need some. I just don't think there will be any. But okay, Breece Hall is the best overall player in free agency. That's tough. Who was our RB2? It was Chase Brown, right? I don't think he would do well in simulation either. I mean, we might have to go with him for next year, which I don't feel great about, but we'll see. We might draft a running back. Ooh, also, Garrett Bowles retired. Okay, we might actually have some things to do to this team still. I didn't know if we would or not, but we do. And I didn't see a good pass rusher. I mean, there's Nick Scorton with only normal dev. He's played, and he has not played well. Half a sack total. I think we'll just completely sit free agency out this year because there isn't really a lot that would help us. I mean, there is Isaiah McGuire, but I don't think he would be good in Madden either. He wasn't bad, but we're going to have to move him to 3-4 outside linebacker at 271 pounds. He's going to drop a lot. Let me see. I'll give Taylor Decker like a 1-year deal just because we don't have a left tackle, and I think that's all we'll do. He does sign, but let's get to the draft, and we might take a running back round 1. We'll see. Running back or edge rusher? Probably. But all right, we pick at 27 this year. The Browns have the #1 pick. I couldn't imagine they did too well in the fantasy draft. What did they do? What did they cook up? I mean, whoa, this team sucks. I think this is the first, how do you say that? What am I trying to say? I think this is the first team I've seen where like 78 overalls show up on the first page. Yeah, it looks like it. This is not a great team. I see why they have the #1 pick. I mean, I guess they're playing with a lot of negative morale, but what's their overall? Wait, you can't retire during the draft? All right, whatever. Who cares? At 27, I don't know what I want to do here. I focus scouted some corners. I don't know why I did, but I mean, I guess I'm glad I did. We found a top 5 talent, David Witherspoon. Witherspoon. He'll be our second round pick. I'm surprised these two aren't better. I thought they looked really good, but I guess not. Should we take him earlier than the second round? Because we pick in the late second. I mean, if I really don't know what to do here, I might just take him with this pick. Like, there are receiving backs. I'm good. I'm sure there are good receivers, but we don't need a receiver. We do need linemen, but I don't like picking tackles. We could probably get a good guard round 2. I wonder if there's a top 5 talent like center or something, though. One of these, I bet one of these players are good. Maybe. Mark Thurston looks pretty good at right guard. He has really good strength. 41 reps is only 3rd for right guards, apparently. Only saw one other with elite, though. Tevin Douglas. Maybe the others got picked already? I don't know. Or it also counts left guards? Okay, maybe it also counts left guards. Gil Brooks looks pretty good. Great speed, elite change of direction, and strength, more importantly. And he's only 2nd with 43 reps. Who's stronger? Is it Bentley? Chad Bentley, 46 bench reps. Only 1 A rating, though, other than, like, lead block and awareness and that stuff. Does have D finesse. I think he looks pretty good, though. Should we take him first? Okay, let's plan this out. He's supposed to go at 61. Witherspoon isn't supposed to go until 99. We should be able to get him round 2. Let's go with Bentley. Ranked 11. Okay, I was hoping he would be a little higher, but, I mean, still pretty good. But, all right, Witherspoon hopefully didn't go yet. I don't think he did. These aren't the positions I thought we would be drafting, but, I mean, I won't complain with number 11 and a top 5 talent. Probably 5. Yeah, ranked 5. Got him at 59. Hidden Dev. Amazing pick. Corner's like the last thing we need other than safety, but why not? And I mean, there's still another good corner. Definitely not going to take him, but let's see if we can find another great player. How about another lineman? Jamie Schmidt, great strength, has some pretty good ratings, A finesse, or run block finesse, sure. Ranked 69, nice, I guess. I thought he would be a little better, but we'll take it. But okay, here is how we did in the draft. This must not have been a very good class if Witherspoon was a top 5 talent and only a 78. But I mean, we did what we could. We got number 11 and number 5. Probably about as well as we could have done. I mean, maybe there was a better, I bet there was a better lineman than Bentley. I was a little disappointed by his ranking. I'm a little more disappointed seeing his overall, but we knew he wasn't going to have good finesse, and he doesn't, but he has very good strength. Also wearing number 69. Super funny. I used strong draft classes for every position this time. I just was like, whatever. Last year it looked like it. This year it doesn't, though. But yeah, Witherspoon, 78. He'll start. Schmidt is fine at a 74. And then the CPU picked Harold Nails, 75 overall corner. Was he the 1st to 2nd round talent we saw, or was he a different one? I bet the other one was gone, so this is probably a different one. And yeah, at a 75, he was probably ranked like 34 or something. And then the CPU picked another corner, because that's what we needed. And Jack Nicholson, huh? But I mean, there were some good players. It was just a very quick fall off. Oh, the best lineman went 1 pick before us. Andrew Costa, 82 overall center. I mean, I might have noticed him. I might not have. I don't know. Because pass protectors are kind of hard to spot out if they're like actually really good or not. I don't know. I might have, because he probably had great strength. And if I saw a pass protector with great strength, I probably would have taken him. Whatever. Who cares? We didn't get him. It is what it is. There was one slightly better lineman, Elijah Frazier. He was a 78. I guess we should have taken him instead, but oh well. We did about as well as we could have, just like 1 overall off, so we'll take that. But all right, here is a look at the team heading into year 3. We're up to an 87 overall, as we were at the end of last year, but it's good we stayed the same overall, because usually that doesn't happen. Not too many changes to the team, though. I mean, a new corner 3, maybe slot corner, we'll see where we play him. A new guard, I guess a new tackle. I guess no more Breece Hall, so I guess we do have some changes, but nothing too insane. I am a little worried about our run game, though. I think it could be really bad. I'm just waiting for a good running back to hit free agency. Breece Hall has been the best one I've seen so far, and he didn't play well, obviously, so if there isn't a good one this year, I'll probably just trade for one, even though they're way too expensive, but we'll see. Maybe Chase Brown will do better than I expect. I really doubt it, but you never know. Oh yeah, and also, I didn't even notice, but T. Higgins got X Factor, probably because he had, what, 18 touchdowns, so we'll take that. But all right, let's get into the season. Let's get to the mid-season point. Is it 2027 yet, or is it 2026? Still 2026, okay. It's not the cursed year yet, but let's get to the mid-season point, and we'll see what happens. But okay, at the mid-season point, we are 4-3. The worst we've been so far, but we're coming off 2 wins at least. This year, our defense is really good. Our offense, we have a good pass game, but overall, it's not great. I mean, we have a pretty good run game, too. We're just not putting up a whole lot of points, but it's not bad either. Ooh, Chase Brown is doing better than I expected. I guess maybe he can be our running back. I mean, he's not great, but for Madden, this is pretty good. This season is not going anything like how I expected, but it is what it is. Sometimes you have that. I have no idea how we're gonna finish this season. We might be good still, like we have been the last 2 years. We might suck. We might be just how we are doing now. I don't know. But, oh, we have some re-signings now. Shedeur Sanders, Nolan Smith, Zach Frazier still. Any other starters? I guess Jahan Dotson. He's produced really well, but I think he's just kind of a product of our playbook. But all right, Sanders will probably have to go very player-friendly, which isn't fun for a QB. 7 years, 462 mil. He doesn't take it. We might have to tag him. Nolan Smith, we can't afford. Zach Frazier, we can't afford him either. We're gonna have to figure something out, that's for sure. I mean, we gotta keep him. He's been really good, but he is expensive with him not being interested. But all right, let's get to the end of the year and we'll see what happens. We might lose some pieces this year. But okay, we do about as well as we were doing, I guess a little better even, and we end up going 11-6. We've been really good in the second half of years so far, which is very much not like Madden rebuilds usually. Our offense was good and our defense was amazing this year. I can't figure out if these playbooks are good or not. I guess they are, but I still have no idea. But Shedeur Sanders, 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, 76 completion percentage. I'm running out of breath over here. But Chase Brown, 1,100 yards, 4.3 per carry, 8 touchdowns. I thought he would get closer to 3.3 than 4.3. He hardly developed, but whatever, we'll take it. But almost 1,600 yards for T. Higgins, 13 touchdowns. Loveland was our number 2 receiver this year. Okay, I don't think I did anything different, but sure. But Taylor Decker wasn't great. Zach Frazier wasn't great, but the rest of the line was. And then Queen led the team in tackles again. TFL's 12 for Smith led the team, and sacks 11 for Nolan Smith, 8.5 for Hodges, 7.5 for Jackson, 5 for Armstead. Our pass rush was actually good this year, and picks 7 for Sauce Gardner, but only 3 pass deflections, or 4, I know numbers, but 3 picks for Witherspoon as a rookie, 2 for Queen and Newsome, and then 1 for a few players. So very, very good year. Mahomes wins his 3rd MVP in a row. I'm sick of it. Sanders at 9. Mahomes wins his 3rd Offensive Player of the Year in a row as a QB. Higgins at 6. Aiden Hutchinson wins back-to-back Defensive Player of the Years. Nolan Smith at 6. Man, I thought he was gonna suck. Also, Gardner all the way down at 8 with 7 picks. That's like more than he has in his career, I'm pretty sure. But let's see, Witherspoon got number 2 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. That sucks. Hopefully he has a good dev trait, but I kind of doubt it because he was a corner, or he is a corner. Oh, okay, he does have Superstar. Good. I just need to say I doubt something and the game will prove me wrong. I doubt we're gonna win the Super Bowl this year. We'll see if that works. But all right, we're now up to an 88. Let me see where that ranks. Are we the highest overall team? We might be. No, the Cowboys are tied with us, and the Cardinals are an 89. Damn. So we're tied for 2nd. Ravens are also an 88. But all right, we're gonna be taking on the Steelers in the wild card. They're only an 85 overall. They won 1 less game than us. This should be a winnable game. We just beat them in week 18, it looks like. So back-to-back games against the Steelers. Can we beat them? We do. 34-31. Now we're gonna be taking on the Ravens, though. Not 3-time MVP, but back-to-back-to-back MVP, Patrick Mahomes. Do they still have Saquon Barkley, too? Like, how do we beat this team? How would this even be possible? They also have Rashawn Slater, Trey McBride, Rashee Rice, who's always insane in Madden. Damn. We'll see what happens. I mean, we're the same overall team as them. I don't know why I'm so shocked by their team. Our team is as good. So, let's see what happens here. We lose 31-28. We just can't get past the divisional, but we're close. What do we need, though? Like, what was the issue with our team? Why did we lose 6 games? I guess our passing game just wasn't great. Should I go with the Bills offensive playbook or the Bengals, or what are the other good ones? Like Eagles, I think, maybe. I think someone said the Packers playbook is good. I don't know, though. Let me see. Let's try the Bills offense. But all right, let's get into the offseason. Looks like the Ravens win another Super Bowl. Fun. But we'll see what we want to do in free agency. We're probably going to need a left tackle. I'm guessing Taylor Decker is going to retire. We might look for a new center because I don't know if we can afford Frazier, and he wasn't amazing or anything. But Shedeur Sanders, we still need to re-sign him. He's going to be even more expensive now, I think. Well, slightly. We might just have to tag him. We'll go 35, 36. 7 years, almost 500 mil. He doesn't take it. Well, guess what? You're getting tagged, bud. 48 mil, that's a lot cheaper. And then Nolan Smith, also not interested, but we're gonna have to up this because we can't tag him, and he's gonna have a lot of offers in free agency. So we probably either get him back here or don't get him back at all. 7 years, 245 mil. He does take it. Okay, good. Frazier will let go. We're out of money. All the rest of these guys will probably let go. And let's see if there's anything we can do in free agency, but we should probably save cap space for when we need to extend Shedeur Sanders. God, there really still are not players here, though. I mean, again, it's fine because we don't really need players anymore, other than maybe left tackle. I didn't see if Decker retired, but I mean, we're fine. Let's get to the draft. But all right, this year in the draft, we pick at number 28. I guess we're getting closer and closer to the Super Bowl if our picks are getting worse and worse. The Packers have the number 1 pick, though. That's different. I guess I could have traded up this year, but it's too late now. Let me see. Are there any good players? Okay, well, one of the receivers I wanted got picked early, so he was probably really good. Where'd he go? It might have been Weary that went to the Vikings. It might have been Harris. I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, this receiver later. Darian Bigsby. A catching traffic, A catching, B short route. We'll probably take him at some point. I focus scouted a guard. He is not good, so I'm glad I did that. Really? Why is he not good? I mean, his ratings don't look great, but he had elite strength. A, run block power, B, awareness. I don't get it. I don't remember how to scout linemen, apparently. Alex Landry looks pretty good, but I mean, maybe he isn't. I don't know. But all right, what should we even do here? Dominic Jones looks pretty good. He's a first-round talent. We'll probably trade back. Actually, you know what? I don't know. We don't really need a running back anymore. That's the issue. But I kind of have an idea. No, I don't know. Chase Brown was good. Let me see. I'm going to trade back, but for picks next year, probably. We'll trade back to like 38, maybe 48 actually. How about 49 with the Bears? All right, this is kind of a weird trade, but we're gonna steal a 3 and a 4 next year from the Bears and a 4 this year to move down from 28 to 49. I always just use the calculator soup, draft calculator, trade thingy, whatever. So hopefully that's fair. I don't know. It seems a little lopsided because they give up so many picks, but if it says it's fair, I'm doing it. But ooh, this running back also looks good. Jalen Ellis. All right, we have a lot of players I want to take, honestly. I want Pete Dunne, but there are other good receivers, so I'll go with Dominic Jones first. Now, I set D-end as our focus position before I knew our pass rush was going to be pretty good this year, but I mean, I'm still going to take Dominic Jones, first-round talent, going to have normal dev, but still good. Ranked 20, got him at 49, we'll take it. And then late second, Pete Dunne is still here. Should we take him? I mean, we could. I don't really see a receiver that looks better. Danny Aldridge might be good. Washington State. Why are there so many Washington State players? But all right, who are the players I want? Let me list them off and see who's supposed to go first. There's Ellis, he's supposed to go at 116. Landry, he's supposed to go at 132. Maybe McGee, he's supposed to go at 72, but we really don't need him. So I guess we'll take... No, let's go with Pete Dunne. There's nobody else that's supposed to go soon, so sure. Ranked 23, got him at 60. I guess he was the first to second round talent. I think 23 is the first one, so got lucky there. Hidden dev, sounds good. I guess we don't even need that other receiver, but we're probably gonna take him because I don't know what else to do. But all right, here we'll go with, I think Ellis is the next one. He looks good. I don't know if he's insane or anything, but ranked 21, got him at 92, normal dev, but he's a good player. And then round 4, hopefully the center's still here. He isn't, no, that sucks. Well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to find another good lineman at this point. I mean, yeah, George Morgan might be okay. Another Washington State player, we'll take him. Ranked 56, okay, we'll take that. But all right, here's how we did in the draft. It was once again pretty good. I mean, 376s, 74, 73. We haven't drafted an 80 overall yet, I don't think, which is weird, but we're doing good. We're doing what we can, really. With the CPU also picked a good tight end who isn't even a blocking tight end. No dev trait, because he isn't a blocking tight end, but he's not bad. It picked a decent D tackle, a decent receiver. Oh, I forgot about the slot receiver. Well, I mean, we got 2 decent ones anyway, and of course a good one. But wait, I want to see a couple things. How good was the center? I'm guessing he went round 4. He might have even gone round 3. He went like 2 picks before us, and I guess I'm glad he did because he was not great. He at least had hidden dev, but he's not amazing. But all right, here is a look at the team heading into year 4. We're up to an 88 overall. This is a very good team. We still have a lot of the players the CPU picked for us. So again, I think this is the best team the CPU has ever picked for us in one of these. I mean, I would have to go through and look at all the ones I've ever done, and I'm too lazy to do that, but we'll call this the best one ever. Oh yeah, Nolan Smith. I don't know if I already mentioned it, but I already noticed it. He went up to X Factor. I might have, because I think he had it when we were re-signing him. Also, Colston Loveland went up to Superstar. This team is looking great. Now, unfortunately, it is 2027, the cursed year in Madden franchise, but hopefully we can overcome that. We should have a better offense now with the Bills offensive playbook, but we'll see. Let's get to the midseason point. Oh wait, one more thing. Let me see. Where do we rank for overall? Are we number one now? I want to be number one at least some point. No, there are teams tied with us. The Cowboys are in 89 and the Bucks. Oh, I think I said the Cardinals earlier. I meant the Bucks. I thought it was the Cardinals for some reason. I guess they're right next to them, but we're tied for second still for overall. We just need a good free agent class, which, you know, to be fair, if we even do have a good free agent class, I don't know if we have the cap to dip into free agency. I guess we need the other teams to become worse, which is very possible. But anyways, let's get to the midseason. We might be bad because, again, it is 2027. Usually the second half of the year goes better, though. But okay, at the midseason point, we are 5-2. This might also be the most successful CPU picks my team fantasy draft rebuild we've ever done in terms of record. This team has played amazing. Ooh, okay, Kevin Cody, we might have to bench him. Do we have any good backup linemen? I guess we have Schmidt and Morgan. He had normal though, right? Or no, he has hidden. I guess we'll put him in for Cody because Cody sucks apparently. Being on pace for like 12 sacks from right guard is insane. But yeah, we're doing good despite it being 2027. We still have to re-sign Shedeur Sanders, obviously. Now Colston Loveland, Antoine Winfield Jr., Greg Newsome, Travis Jones. Oh God. We might be cooked. We might be cooked. Also Eric Armstead and Taylor Decker. All right, well, let's start with the big one, Shedeur Sanders. I'll go 7 years, 476. He doesn't take it. Great. We'll go 6 years, 113 for Colston Loveland. He doesn't take it. And now we don't have enough cap space to even offer anyone else a deal. Why is nobody interested in re-signing? They're all scheme fits. We're doing good. Like, I don't know, man. But let's get to the end of the year and we'll see how we do. But okay, before I reveal how we did in year 4, super quick, if you've been enjoying, again, be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. Again, 2,000 likes, I'll do another one of these. Let me know any goofy ideas y'all have for fantasy draft rebuilds. And actually, question of the day. I've been forgetting to do these. I don't even know the last one I've done. I always forget. I don't know why. But let me know down in the comments. Let me see. What's a good question of the day today? What would start an argument in the comments? Okay, let me know in the comments. I feel like I've asked this question before. I feel like it's been a while though. But who do you think is the most overrated player in the NFL? If you answered a Seahawks player that I actually care about, I'm gonna delete your comment and gonna be very disappointed. But yeah, let me know. Let me know who you think is the most overrated NFL player. Gotta get that interaction bait, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I want to answer that question. I do have an answer in mind already. A couple actually that are both quarterbacks. One of them's first name might start with Jared and end with his last name might start with Goff, but I don't want to make enemies with Lions fans, so I won't give that answer. But yeah, let me know who you think is the most overrated NFL player. I'm really curious to see what y'all say. If you say Geno Smith, I'm gonna be pissed. But all right, we're up to an 89 overall team. I think that's the same we were at the midseason, so I'm a little disappointed we didn't go up, but whatever. And in year number 4, finally, we miss the playoffs. No, we go 15-2, and we finally get a first round bye. We had the best offense in the league, second best in terms of points per game. Looks like we allowed a lot of yards on defense, but I mean, if we're not allowing points, we're not allowing points. We'll take that. Shedeur Sanders in the new offense, 4,600 yards, 51 touchdown passes to 8 picks. This is why I think the Bills' offensive playbook is the best. I mean, maybe it's not, but it's always the one I use. 75 completion percentage. Ooh, Chase Brown wasn't amazing. 3.6 per carry. I don't know what happened with him last year. I never see him do well, but he was good for some reason. But T. Higgins almost 1,200 yards, and Pete Dunn almost 1,200 yards as a rookie. 900 for Flowers, 600 for Loveland. Cool. I don't know why I closed out of the stats. But blocking, Chad Bentley rookie, allowed 6 sacks, and that was the most on the team. Our line was amazing. 109 tackles for Queen led the team, 13 TFLs for Smith, Jackson, and Jones, and sacks, 13 for Nolan Smith, 9 for Kendall Jackson, only 3.5 for Amani Hodges, though. Okay, I think we need a number 2 pass rusher. He was pretty good last year, though. Just terrible this year. He was fine as a rookie. He's never been great, though, so we'll probably look for one if we can find one for the final year. But Kyle Hamilton, 6 picks, 3 for Gardner, and then 1 for a few players. But MVP goes to Shedeur Sanders on the Patriots. We'll take that. And Offensive Player of the Year. I'm sick of quarterbacks winning Offensive Player of the Year. Aiden Hutchinson wins his 3rd Defensive Player of the Year in a row, though. I said that really messy, but I got the words out barely. Nolan Smith at number 7. Pete Dunn wins Offensive Rookie of the Year, obviously. He was a monster. I mean, I guess not obviously. There could have been a quarterback that did well or something, but there wasn't. Mitch Ware at number 7, and then nobody for Defensive Rookie of the Year. But all right, who are we going to be taking on in the divisional? Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That was weird. But let's see who we're taking on in the divisional. We are going to be facing the 12-5 Miami Dolphins, our division rival. How are they looking? Again, for the 3rd or 4th year in a row, we're playing the team we faced in week 18. I guess one year it was week 17, but we just beat the Dolphins in week 18, and now we're going to be facing them in the divisional. But what are they looking like? Jordan Mailata, Chris Lindstrom, they definitely have a good line. Chuba Hubbard, Trevor Lawrence. This is a good team. Nothing insane, though. Like, they have good receivers. They have 34-year-old Mike Evans. This is a really old team for the most part. So we should be able to beat this team. We have the better offense, better defense, better overall team, better everything. You never know in Madden, though. Can we beat them? We do. 30-22, and I think for the first time, we are onto the conference championship, and we're going to be taking on the Steelers again. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with checking how teams are looking, but you know what? It's interesting. They have Bryce Young as their QB, who's definitely worked out here. Been pretty good. They also have Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, Roquan Smith. They have this Joe Dawkins, X-Factor receiver. This team looks a lot more scary than the Dolphins. But all right, can we move on to the Super Bowl in year 4? Either way, we're going to do a year 5, I think. Yeah, either way, we'll do a year 5, but let's just sim straight to the Super Bowl. Can we beat the Steelers? No. The Steelers are going to be in the Super Bowl against the Panthers, the Bryce Young Bowl, I guess. We lost 31-28. It was a super close game. We just always lose in the playoffs. I guess that's just kind of how Madden is. It's always weird seeds in the Super Bowl. I feel like a 2 seed is the most normal seeded team I've ever seen in the Super Bowl in Madden. Usually it's 2 7 seeds facing off. It's honestly better to go like 9-8 as long as you actually make the playoffs for whatever reason. But it looks like the Steelers win 37-31. But all right, now things might get kind of tough. We have to re-sign Shedeur Sanders still, and Colston Loveland, and Antoine Winfield Jr. Y'all know the deal. I don't need to list all of them again, but I mean, I'll just go very player-friendly for Sanders. Oh, he does take it. Okay, I was about to say I'm sure he's not going to take it, but he does. That was not cheap, but at least we get him back. And now, let's restructure every deal we can, because I mean, why not? We're going into the final year. If we put ourselves in cap hell for the future, I mean, we don't have a future anyway, so we'll just screw over the future Patriots that don't exist here. This frees up a lot of cap space, though. Now back up to 73 mil. We should be good. I'll go very player-friendly for Colston Loveland. I'm going to up it even more just to be sure. He does take it. I don't know if that was necessary, but I mean, whatever. I want to make sure we can keep him. Antoine Winfield Jr., same deal. We'll go 6 years, 180. What is that, 30 mil a year? He takes it. Greg Newsome, I'll go 2 years, 17. He takes it. Travis Jones, we'll go... Oh, we're running out of cap space. Okay, we still have to re-sign Travis Jones. Taylor Decker still hasn't retired. He's also not really regressing, which is weird. I guess he's regressing in the sense that he's not getting passed up, though. Or he is getting passed up. He's only ranked 28 for left tackles, but he's played so well. We need to keep him. I'll go 2 years, 19. He takes it. Let me restructure all those deals, but we don't necessarily need to keep Travis Jones. We have a lot of D linemen. We've been drafting them. We can just move one of these guys to nose tackle. It'll be fine. Well, no, I guess we do need one more. Ooh, wait. Nicholas Waddell has superstar dev. Oh, is he like a 4th rounder? 5th round. Just something about like fourth, fifth round speed rusher defensive tackles, a lot of them have superstar X factor. Maybe not a lot of them, but I've seen a few. So I guess we'll be fine. We'll just play Jackson, Jones, and Waddle. That'll work. Why not? Damn, that might be the biggest negative I have ever seen. The savings for Shedeur Sanders, if we released him, would be negative 237 mil. Should we do it? Also, I didn't even realize he's wearing number 12 for the Patriots. That's fine, whatever. Who cares about history anyways? But okay, I think this is gonna be our final move of the rebuild. There wasn't really anyone in free agency that we could afford. I mean, there was Jared Verse. I would have loved to have him, but we did not have enough cap space, not even really close. So we are going to be given a 1, a 2, and then a 7, like 2 years in the future for Kenneth Walker. I feel like I'm boring. I feel like I'm repetitive. I feel like I always trade for Kenneth Walker, but like he's the one running back that isn't 30 like Jonathan Taylor that we can actually afford, unlike Bijan Robinson that does really well in Madden simulation. I guess there's also Josh Jacobs. He's the other one I trade for, but he's also like 30, so he's regressing. Jonathan Taylor's 29. I guess he's not quite 30, but oh well. I always trade for one of these four because they're like the 4 running backs that actually do well in simulation, and Saquon sometimes. So we now have our running back. We're up to a 92 overall. Hold on, are we the highest overall? I know it's in the off season, so it's like, I don't know if that counts, but are we the highest? I would guess we are. Oh, we easily are. I don't even see another 90. I saw a few 89s, but, or no, the Jets are also 90, so we're the highest by 2. We'll take that. And we also have 12 mil still, apparently. Is that right? Yeah. All right, well, I guess we get to sign someone. I don't know who I even want. What position do we even need? Maybe I'll send like a backup lineman in case one of them sucks, but we already have enough linemen. Like, how about, can we get Travis Jones back? Yeah, sure. Do we need him? Probably not, but why not? Actually, is there a pass rusher? Ooh, Nick Scorton. I wouldn't imagine he does well in simulation. 4.5 sacks, 3. Okay, maybe not. Princely Umanmielen, half a sack. Okay, no. All right, let's see if we can get Travis Jones. We do. All right, let's get to the draft. Not gonna have many picks, but we'll see if there's anything we can do. But all right, in round 3 of the draft, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot we had extra picks this year, but what do we want to do? I might just make this a super quick draft because like, ooh, first round talent. But yeah, I don't know how much, like even if we drafted some really good players, I don't think they would get much playing time. It looks like our focus scouts were decent. None of them were bad. Cole McDougald is pretty good, but we're obviously not going to get a good pass rusher at this point in the draft. Ooh, unless Justin Elam. He does have A power moves. He's probably not good. He's more of a 3-4 end. He's kind of a tweener. He's kind of the perfect fit for the Patriots. There are always lots of these guys, like the Keon White mold, like 280-ish, kind of right in between an edge rusher and a D lineman, but we'll take him. Don't know what we're going to do with him, but he looks fine. Rank 52, sure. Normal dev, whatever. He'll get maybe some playing time. But all right, should we go with the receiver here? Nah, he's supposed to go late. Let's go with the guard. Cole McDougald, rank 47. We'll take that. And now let's go with Willie Mallard out of Notre Dame. Probably normal dev because he is a slot receiver, but I mean, he's a first round talent. We're going to take that. Rank 19, normal dev, good player. This was a pretty good draft for not having a first or second round pick. But all right, here's how we did in our final draft of the rebuild. I mean, it was really good for the picks we had. 74 overall, 75 overall, and 77 overall. I also picked Ben Daly just because he was one of the classic undersized power rushers. 6'1", 245. Of course, he has hidden dev, 56 block shedding, 73 strength. Some real great ratings there, but he has hidden dev, so he'll probably get a decent bit of playing time with how bad our pass rush was last year. I should have checked. Can I still check where it ranked? I might be able to. Let me see. Defense sacks. Oh, we were like 13th. That's not as bad as I expected. That's not as bad as it looked. Oh yeah, I guess Nolan Smith had 13, but other than these two, it was really horrible. So we'll see who we give playing time. But all right, let's get into our final season. Damn, the Bengals have gotten some good players. They're still not good somehow, but I've seen at least twice they've gotten the best player in the class. But anyways, let's get into the final year, and we should be very, very good this year. But okay, here is a look at the team heading into the final year. No matter what, this is it. Still need that Super Bowl win. We've been in the playoffs every season. We've gotten kind of close to the Super Bowl last year, but didn't make it. But I think this is our best shot yet, or at least it should be. We are a 91 overall, 93 offense, 89 defense. The only slight problem we've had other than, I guess, pass rush, is our run game. But now we have one of the best performing running backs in Madden in Kenneth Walker. So our offense should be perfect, theoretically. The defense, just gotta hope our pass rush is better. I mean, Smith and Jackson were amazing, but the rest was horrible, so hopefully they do better. But the rest of this defense is amazing. We really shouldn't have any issues. I'm sure something will come up, but everything should be great. But let's see, where do we rank for overall? I would imagine we're pretty easily the highest overall. It looks like teams are starting to regress now. Well, the Bucks are still an 89, but we're 2 overall higher than them. It looks like we are the highest overall team. The Ravens are also an 89. So we did build the highest overall team. It took longer than I expected, but fantasy draft rebuilds are kind of hard because players never hit free agency until the final year, or at least year 5-ish. But all right, let's just get straight to the end of year 5. I'll get to the midseason, make sure everything's going good as always, but let's hope we're good. But okay, in our final year, we end up going 12-5. Not as good as I hoped, but at least we made the playoffs. We made the playoffs every year. I think we've had over 10 wins every year. Maybe we had 10 one year. I always forget previous years when I do rebuilds. I'm sure it was like minutes ago for y'all, but it was hours ago for me, so I don't remember. But Shedeur Sanders, almost 4,700 yards, 44 touchdowns, 7 picks, 76 completion percentage. He was a monster. Again, Kenneth Walker, 900 yards, at least got 4.5 per carry, 6 touchdowns. I mean, wasn't worth what we traded for him, but to be fair, we didn't really have many other needs. I mean, maybe we could have traded for a pass rusher instead, but I don't know. But T. Higgins, 1,600 yards, 19 touchdowns. Loveland was really good. Dunn and Flowers both had like 800 yards. Blocking, Abe Lucas, this was definitely his worst year, but still wasn't horrible. Ken Jupin allowed 0 sacks, joins the all-castration team. Let's go. Patrick Queen, 110 tackles. TFL's 14 for Smith, and sacks. Thank God we have Kendall Jackson. 10 sacks for him, 8 for Smith. That's about it. Elam, 4.5. 3 for Hodges. All right, I'm gonna take playing time away from one of these two. Who did worse? I guess Hodges did, so maybe we should have played Elam the whole time more. I don't know, it was close though. They both were kind of bad. But picks, 4 for Gardner and then only 3 for the rest of the team total. Picks were kind of disappointing. This seems like a forced down year. Usually happens in 2027, not 2028, but whatever. Shedeur Sanders wins his 2nd MVP in a row. T. Higgins wins Offensive Player of the Year, finally a non-QB, with Shedeur Sanders at 2. Micah Parsons, Defensive Player of the Year, finally not Aiden Hutchinson. But let's see, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Willie Mallard at 4. I honestly didn't even know he really played. Harper up there. These don't really matter. We barely had anyone. I guess Elam played a little bit, but only enough to get 9th. All right, well, anyways, let me tweak the rush end depth chart a little bit. Is there anyone else we want to bench? We could bench Abe Lucas, but he wasn't horrible or anything. I don't know. He was kind of bad, though, but I've seen worse. Do we have anyone we could put there? I mean, Cody was horrible one year. We could try McDougald, but that's a risk. He's a rookie. We could try Schmidt, but he's 6'1". I mean, this isn't a realistic rebuild or anything, but I like to keep him realistic-ish. I'll try McDougald. This could backfire, but realistically, this should have been a close to undefeated team with how good this roster is. So we gotta switch something up. But all right, this could be our final game of the rebuild. Hopefully it isn't, but can we beat the Texans here in the wild card? We do. It was close, but we do win 32-26. Man, this defense really was not that good this year, though. 20th for points allowed, 16th for yards, it looks like, or somewhere around there. But, like, there isn't really much else I can do to this defense. Our secondary just kind of disappointed, which, I mean, like, I guess some of them are getting older, but, like, they're not that old, and they're still really high overalls, so I don't know. Anyways, I'm just yapping. We are going to be taking on the 9-8, 86 overall Las Vegas Raiders in the divisional. This is a team that we can never seem to beat in simulation in the playoffs, so I honestly think we might lose this game. I hate to be so negative, but the Texans, no, not the Texans, the Raiders, the Jags, the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Saints are all teams that I struggle against in the playoffs in simulation. I guess it's hard to say I struggle against them. The simulation, the CPU struggles against them apparently. But all right, can we beat the Raiders here and move on to the conference championship? We lose 31-27. You hate to see it.